Hi, my name is Mitch Stephen, and I've bought a house about every 4 to 5 days in or about San Antonio, Texas, where I live, for over 2.5 decades. That's a lot of houses. I'll do the math for you. About 100 houses a year for over 20 years. Over 2,000 houses. So today, we're going to talk about how I fund those deals. What is a private lender in real estate? That's the question. I'll have the answers. Stay tuned. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about different types of private money and what's best for you. We'll talk about private lenders versus hard money lenders. We'll talk about private lenders versus banks. And then we'll talk about private lenders versus your own personal money. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of all of them right now. For those of y'all that stick around to the end of this segment, I am going to give you a private money webinar which talks about my Private Money Changes Everything course and why you definitely need to get a hold of it. It'll help you change your life, because when you learn to raise private funds from individuals all over the country at terms and rates that are favorable to you and the strategy that you're using, it is life altering. So stick around to the end and I'll get you that private money webinar. So let's talk about the difference between private money versus hard money. Hard money is typically more expensive. Private money could be anywhere from 4 to 10%, but hard money is going to be probably 10% on up to 14, 15, 16%. Now this changes with the different economic times and the fluctuation of interest rates, of course, but in general, hard money is going to be much more expensive. The other thing about hard money is it's usually a shorter term. If you're using a strategy that needs long-term money, then hard money might not be right for you, except just to bridge the gap and give you some time to find the real kind of money that you need. So hard money is more expensive and usually shorter terms. The cool thing about private money is that it can be anything you want. You see, when you go to a bank or a hard money lender, they tell you what the terms are. When you go to a private lender and you're talking to a private person about loaning you money personally, you get to talk about what you need and what will work for you. And that's probably one of the biggest differences between private money and hard money, is the term and getting the color of money that works for you instead of just having to accept whatever this lender is offering, whatever program they have. Let's talk about private money versus bank money. Private money is much faster than bank money. The problem with bank money is it's deathly slow. There's a saying in our industry: you cannot steal houses in slow motion. Therefore, banks don't work. Private money, in my case, and I can speak firsthand, it's like, hey John, this is Mitch. I got a house I need to buy. I have to close on it tomorrow. I need 70 grand. Are you in town? Do you have time to mess with this? Because I got to jump on it right now. It just popped up on my radar, and the auction is tomorrow. If I don't get it, I'm going to lose it to the auction. Oh, is that right, John? Okay, I'll be over and pick up a check in 15 minutes. That doesn't happen with a bank, okay? You never get money like that from a bank. I can get money like that from private lenders all the time, and you can too. It's thought that hard money is fast, but more and more often these days, hard money is not even moving fast. They still want you to have qualifications. They want to look at your financials. They're getting to where they want appraisals. Hard money lenders used to be fast, but they're getting to where they're not so fast anymore. So that's another drawback for even hard money. I want to be clear on something. Sometimes it's not the cost of the money. Sometimes it's the availability of the money that matters. It's not always the cost. Sometimes it's the availability. Let's do an example. Let's say you have a $200,000 house that you can buy for $100,000, but you've got to move fast. You have to have that $100,000 in the next 48 hours. You may not be able to get that at the cheapest place in that amount of time, but even if someone's expensive, even if they want to charge you 18% annual interest, you would be better off going with that lender, even at 18%, than lose the deal. So in this example, if you have a $200,000 house that costs you $100,000 and 18% interest for a year is $18,000, then even if you held the house for a year, you're still making money. But chances are you'd flip this house in 30, 60, 90 days, which means you're not going to hold the house at 18% for the full year. You're only going to have to pay 3 months worth of that $18,000. Again, I'm just trying to reiterate, it's not always the cost of the money. You could pay some pretty exorbitant rates, but if the deal is good enough and you're in and out fast enough, who cares what the interest rate is? Just get the house, get it marked up and get it sold, and get out in a timely fashion, and you'll still make plenty of money. So that leaves us with private money versus your money. Let's talk about that for a second. The problem with your money is you only have so much of it. You're going to run out. No matter how much money you have, unless you're in like one of the 1 percentile of the world, you don't have enough money to stay in this business day in and day out with just your money. Ask yourself this question: how many houses can I buy with my money? Ask yourself that. Think about how much money you have, and then say, how many houses will that buy me? Because that's all the houses you're going to be able to buy with your money. Now ask yourself this: how many houses can I buy with other people's money, or OPM? That would be infinity. Because as long as there's other people out there willing to loan you money, you can keep buying houses and it will never end. So that's the problem with your money. It'll run out. That's why you want to have private money, because if you master the art of raising private money, you'll never run out of private money and you'll never have to say no to a deal. All right, we're at the end of this segment, and as promised, I want you to go to 1000houses.com/free-stuff and click on the link that says Private Money Webinar, and I want you to listen to that webinar. And please, if you don't do anything else this year, master the art of raising private money. It will change your life.